Isang magandang biyernes sa inyong lahat. June 17, 2022 na. Friday. Ito po ang the stock market today. Ako po si Benji Chodoro, isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007. Ginagawa ko po ito araw-araw. At kung first time nyo po sa channel na ito, iniimbitahan ko po kayong mag-subscribe sa ating channel. Kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at aking ipa-prioritize. Hindi po ako financial advisor. Ang mga sinasabi ko po dito ay hindi po financial advice. Get well soon, Mari. We're praying for your recovery as well as we're praying for your dad also. Ang ating news ay tungkol sa tinatayang BSP rates kasama ang ating financial headlines at resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, Friday, June 17, 2022. Dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Don't go away. Okay, umpisa na po natin ang ating financial headlines at ito'y matatagpuan sa BDO Securities. BSP says stagflation not yet a threat to economy. NCR far from COVID threshold for alert level 2. And then NLEX to spend 1.2 billion for road improvements. AGI increases capital spending to 60 billion. FGen 6 more time to build LNG terminal. But our main news is here sa PhilStar, BSP seen to follow Fed footsteps. Manila, Philippines, after the Fed raised its benchmark rate by 75 basis points, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas is expected to respond with a 50 basis point rate hike to protect the peso from pressure of monetary tightening abroad. The Ayala-led Bank of the Philippine Islands said yesterday the BSP may raise its interest rates by 50 basis points during its policy meeting on June 23. Okay, so dati 25 lang to, no? So ngayon ay tinataya ng ekonomista ng BPI na 50 basis points daw yung rate hike. BSP said the peso is at risk of succumbing to external stress if the BSP pushes through with its initial plan of raising its policy rate by just 25 basis points. BPI warned that the gap between interest rates of the BSP and the Fed would level by the end of 2022 if the BSP raises its rates by just 25 basis points and the Fed raises its interest rates from 50 basis points to 75 basis points per meeting. The bank said inflation may worsen under this scenario as the peso will be pressured by the dollar. We now expect a 50 basis point hike from the BSP in its June meeting given the latest move of the Fed, hiking the policy rate gradually in contrast to what the Fed is doing may exacerbate the headwinds affecting the Philippine economy, it said. A very narrow gap between the US and the local interest rates would likely exert more pressure on the peso, which will eventually translate to more inflation. So tataas po yung dollar-peso rate. In other words, yun po yung sinasabi niya, pagka maliit lang yung 25 basis points lang, ano? So kailangan taasan pa. The BSP said the economy has become sensitive to exchange rate movements, with the government filling in supply gaps by importing products like fuel, pork, and rice. The BSP may be compelled to pursue rate hikes beyond what it plans to do. In the process, cause volatility in the markets and the economy, BPI caution. Si RCBC naman, sabi niya, through Chief Economist Michael Ricafort, also expects the BSP to raise the rate by 50 basis points in its June meeting, he said the central bank should try to keep a comfortable differential between domestic interest rates and US rates. Ricafort also anticipates the BSP to further tighten its monetary policy for the rest of the year to avert the dilemma faced by some countries wherein their rate differentials are diminishing. The Fed, struggling to tame inflation, looks to sustain its rate hikes in the months to come. At present, the difference between the BSP rates and Fed rates sits at 50 basis points. The U.S. Central Bank wants to bring its interest rates to 3.4% by 2022 and then to 3.8% in 2023. So medyo mataas na po ito, no? Dati po, negative interest rates ang US. Meaning that pagka naglagay ka ng pera sa bangko, ikaw pa dapat ang magbabayad negative interest rate niya. Imbis ang bangko magbayad ng interest sa'yo, ikaw magbabayad ng interest rate. Yun po yung negative interest rate. Nangyayari po yan pagka ang economy ay very robust. Ano? Pero ngayon ay nagkakaroon ng inflation, so kailangan po itaas ang interest rates. Okay, so that's our news. And then let's take a look kung ano po yung tingnan po natin ang mga comments ninyo. Okay, si Mike Miguel. Request po sir ng AGI at Converge. Thanks po. And then Flor Mira, thanks po sa GMA review. Pwede po ba URC? Salamat po. Okay, sige po, gawin po natin yan. Okay po. So, the PSEI lost 61.45 points. Sa bagay po ay Friday. Pero green candlestick po dito, but dito po sa kanan ay red. Dahil ang comparison po sa kanan ay yung yesterday's closing price. So, pababa pa rin po. Yan po, no? Pababa pa rin siya. And the outlook is bearish actually. So, yung RSI po nasa 34. And tignan man natin yung market activity. 133 companies declined, 57 advanced, while 45 remained unchanged. The all-share index is down 1.17%. And then all the sectoral indices are down except services. Nasa 1.74% in the green. And losers was led by the holding companies at 1.90%. So yung ating most active stocks, actually, re-reviewin po natin yung inyong mga request. Si URC, AGI, Converge, and then I chose 3, si SM, TEL, and BDO. Ngayon, meron pong comment dito si Jairo. Kung sabi niya, updated dividend stocks compared to REITs, sir, which is the best bet, baka pwede mo na i-add. Okay, pwede kong gawin, but ang maganda po ay gawin natin at the end of the year kasi most of the REITs ay 2021 lang po nagkaroon ng on a list, ano? And middle of the year, mahirap po maglagay ng o mag-compute ng dividend yield or correct, dividend yield at the middle of the year, no? Ang maganda po ay end of the year tulad nung ginawa ko po sa index stocks 2020 and 2021, ano? So, end of the year po natin gawin yan, Jairo. At maganda po, mas accurate at mas maganda po ang kinalabasan ng ating computation. Okay? Okay, so let's start with URC. URC, yan, naku, may green candlestick po siya, pero meron siyang volume po today, no? Actually, yung 9760 is already almost rock bottom, ano? Kung fundamentals ang pag-uusapan natin sa URC, nasa 145 or 40, almost 50% upside. So, ngayon, nasa 9760 po siya. Pero may volume po ito. pagka meron pong volume ang isang araw na transaksyon, pwede po mangyari na magkaroon po ng increasing price in the coming days. So nagkaroon na po siya ng oversold o overselling dito po noong June 15, nasa 25, and the RSI is already rising, pero the indicators are still bearish, no? So yung ating support nasa 94 po, malapit po dito, pero draw na lang siguro tayo ng parallel channel. Okay, nasa 94, nasa 92 rather, yung pinaka support natin, and the resistance follows the EMA 50 at 106. Okay, next is AGI. AGI, naku, talagang bagsak ang mga stocks natin, no? And most of the stocks of the index follows the PSE index, no? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successive red candlesticks at pababa pa rin po siya ang AGI. So tignan po natin ang support level. Ang pinaka-support po dyan nasa 897, ano? Okay, nasa support level na po siya, nasa 8 or mga 9 pesos ang pinaka-support po ni AGI based on a 1-week chart, and it's bearish, ano po? Yan. Yung ating pinaka-resistance nandito po sa 10.98. Yan po ang nakikita kong resistance level ni AGI, and it is oversold. Nasa 23.78 na po yung kanyang RSI, and pagka oversold po yung isang stock, inaasahan po natin na magkakaroon po yan ng reversal soon. Okay? Next is Converge. Si Converge, talagang pababa talaga si Converge. Oh. So maraming bargain stocks po ngayon. Okay, ang pinaka-support ay nandito po. 2163. Okay? Yan po ang pinaka-support niya based on a 1-week chart. But the resistance, balik po natin, 2750 po ang pinaka-resistance po niya. So bearish po ang dating ni Converge, and it has been oversold since June 13. And nasa 19 na po, no? 19 yung kanyang RSI, almost 20. Pero oversold po siya since June 13. And then, pagkatapos ng Converge, tignan natin si SM. SM, talagang bearish din po, no? Talagang market sentiment is down. Well, mainly because of the economic downturn brought about by inflation and the rise in interest rates. So, pababa pa rin siya, at yung pinaka support level nandito po sa 795, and it's still bearish just like most of the stocks in the PSE. Ang resistance nandito po sa 849. So Friday is a profit-taking day coupled by market sentiment. Kaya po nangyayari ito, no? So tignan naman natin si TEL. Naku, si TEL nagkaroon ng bounce. One bit of good news, ano? So nasa support level po siya kahapon. Nasa 1745 po ang support level. Yan po. Bearish to sideways si TEL dahil yung mga indicators natin nasa itaas, ano? Although yung 100 days ay nasa ilalim pa, no? Yesterday nasa ibabaw. So I would say just moving sideways, but yung short and medium term is still above. So yung resistance nandito po siya sa 1963. Ang pinaka-resistance po ni TEL. Finally, we have BDO. Si BDO, good news kaya ito? Ganon din, ano? Ganon din si BDO. Follows the PSE index na bearish. So, In general, yung ating indicators are just moving sideways, but right now it is above the candlestick, making it bearish. So if we will be drawing a Darvas box, yan po yung range of movement ni BDO. So yung lower border would form our support at 121 and the upper border would form our resistance at 134. RSI is bearish at 38. Okay, yan po ang ating report sa stock market ika-17 ng Hunyo 2022. Ito po si Benji Chadoro nagpapaalala. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay at hanggang sa muli. Stay safe, God bless, and bye for now.